roll 23, sound, take 23, and dissolve 2, Mike's
Well, it looks like everybody's having
Ooh-wee.
but us. We missed
Ready,
it.
camera 3.
Ready anytime you are for vintage.
Alright, hold on.
Camera goes a little fritzy.
Where's the music for this clip? Whatever, camera 2, stand by.
Yeah, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right.
Stand by.
Stand by. We're going
Roll
live.
D
Stand
and
by.
bit of sound.
M1D engine chill is complete.
Okay.
If this works out, we'll be really, really close to on time. Oh no, they're coming back to the studio, so that's not gonna work out.
So what we done? I still don't have a clock.
What?
Damn it! I got a clock for you right here, buddy, right here.
Okay, I heard somebody talking to me.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Did you guys get that?
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, is there anything we can cut away to? Does anyone have anything to cut to?
3, 2, 1, go. Go.
Where's the music?
Go.
Camera 2, stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, our master of ceremonies for this evening, Matt Meister.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am a local meteorologist here in Colorado Springs. I'm the chief meteorologist at Fox 21 News. And meteorology is an inexact science, and so I actually appreciated that video a lot because you guys are usually very precise. You have 30-second launch windows, and you have one opportunity to deploy the satellite. That made me feel at home a little bit, so I appreciate that. You know, I often get asked, why on earth would you choose meteorology as a field? But I came to Colorado after growing up in Arizona to play baseball in college. And if you're familiar with baseball at all, it's a sport of failure. In fact, if the best in the world, if they succeed 3 out of 10 times over the course of their career, they'll put you in the Hall of Fame. And when I realized I couldn't cut that, I said, well, what else has low expectations? Weatherman! Right? You can be wrong half the time and still keep your job. Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your meal. It has been a remarkable week and a terrific 34th Space Symposium. Thank you. Yes, please applaud that. It's been fantastic. As we get going this evening, I'd like to thank each of you for all that you do in support of our space industry and for joining us tonight for the 2018 Space Technology Hall of Fame dinner, where we are celebrating over 30 years of space-driven innovation excellence. If you would, please join me this evening in showing our appreciation to the fabulous management and staff of the Broadmoor. As always, they have taken great care of us this week. Now, I would like to introduce our host for this evening's event, Gwynne Shotwell, the President and Chief Operating Officer of SpaceX.
I love hosting this event for 3 reasons. First of all, how can anyone from Space Exploration Technologies not love the Space Technology Hall of Fame event, which is extraordinary? So I love it for that reason. I love it for the second reason, is because I get to come up here and cheer for the nearly 7,000 men and women at SpaceX who are doing great work. I get to show a video. I'm a vidiot. You get a video. And thirdly, and probably most importantly, is this is my opportunity to talk about and to acknowledge our military who are fighting for us every day overseas and who... so we're not done with that part yet. So this week we lost an extraordinary human being, an extraordinary woman, Barbara Bush. And she said something that, she has a number of really extraordinary quotes, and I do recommend you go up and look at them. But she once said, "Some people give time, like us. Some people give money, like us. Some people give their skills and their connections, like us. And some literally give their life's blood." And in 2017 and 2018, 46 members of our military gave their life's blood to maintain our freedoms here in the United States. And so I wanted to celebrate that and honor them. So if you'll give me 46 seconds of silence. Thank you. So now how do I turn it off? Said I was a vidioot. I didn't know I was an Apple iPhone idiot. So SpaceX had a good year. 2017 and 2018 have been great years so far, although this is a very unforgiving business and we don't take that for granted. But one of the things that we did, actually it was 2018, although it's taken us quite a few years to get there, was to fly the Falcon Heavy. And that was a vehicle in the making for a number of years, and we did that primarily for this community, for the national security space community. So I'd like to give you a little bit of entertainment and show you a really fun video with music by David Bowie, with permission and at great expense. For Life on Mars.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view, and she's hooked to the silver screen. But the film is a sad thing for she's lived it 10 times or more. She could spit in the eyes of fools if they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest show. Take a look at the low man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wonder if you'll ever know who's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
I love our videos. So almost 7,000 men and women at SpaceX did an extraordinary thing. They were doing extraordinary things. What I love most about that particular mission was not only did we finally get that darn thing launched so that we can fly these extraordinary missions for this community, But it inspired millions of people. I got more pokes and more emails and more texts from people who I had no idea. I don't know how they got my phone number. And they basically were like, that's so cool. Thank you so much. Some people are looking to the heavens again. And it's really exciting again. And I think that will pay dividends for decades for kids who aren't sure what they want to do when they grow up. And I think more of them are going to join this industry, which I'm obviously very proud of. Yay. Yeah. So we've got a big year in front of us. We've got a couple more heavies to fly, which will be very exciting. For satellites this time, not cars. We will have our capability ready, at least the hardware built, to fly crew, to fly astronauts for the first time since Atlantis lifted off in August of 2011, which will be really exciting. And we've got a ton of Falcon 9s to fly, and a bunch of landings to do, and a bunch more reflights to do. So I appreciate your time listening to me tonight, and I appreciate you joining this event, joining this great week here, and paying attention to the rest of the program, because that's why we're here. Thanks very much.
Thank you again, Gwen and SpaceX, for being our hosts this evening. We appreciate it very much. In addition to the main reason that we are here tonight, we also have a wonderful guest speaker joining us later on, Emily Calandrelli. She is an author, producer, host of Exploration Outer Space on Fox, a TEDx speaker, and a space industry contributor, and she is rip-roaring ready to go, and she's going to be great later on. We're excited to hear from her. But first, the Space Technology Hall of Fame, where tonight we recognize this year's inductees and pay tribute to over 30 years of space technology innovation excellence. Before we recognize our 2018 inductees, we must thank a group of people who play a crucial part in making this program such a success. Our esteemed panel of judges who generously contribute their time and their expertise to help select our inductees. Please hold your applause until we've recognized all of our 2018 Space Technology Hall of Fame judges. Thank you to each of you for your generous support of this important space awareness program. And now, without further ado, we honor two outstanding new technologies: high-strength, wear-resistant aluminum alloy and miniaturized laser terminal for aircraft, unmanned aerial vehicles, and satellites. Technologies that are enriching and improving lives around the world.
There's two questions. Where did we come from? And are we alone? And if you want to answer those two questions, you got to explore space.
We almost take it for granted, this age-old dream to explore space that is so real and commonplace today. We build rockets, spacecraft, telescopes, satellites, rovers, space stations, ground stations. It is rocket science. But we don't have to be scientists to take advantage of it. Space technology is all around us.
We went into space to explore space, but the real benefits come back in improving life here on Earth.
To live and work out there, space agencies around the world help develop new ways of doing things. In fact, part of the International Space Exploration Mission is to develop new technologies, then transfer and license their use to business and industry.
Started out as a government type thing and is really now helping all of us, not just Americans, but people across the world.
Since 1988, the Space Technology Hall of Fame has shined a spotlight on things that were originally created to fill a need in space that we use in everyday life.
You've used space technology 8 times already today. Did you get in your car? Did you use sat-nav? Are you using your mobile phone? Have you seen a weather forecast?
But we're going to see this area of showers move east across the plains this morning as our big I'm a meteorologist, and I play one on TV too. I couldn't really do my job without using space technology in so many ways, like hyperspectral imaging, Earth measurement with the new GOES satellites, and real-time modeling. Using space technology helps predict dangerous storms and save lives. Healthcare, transportation, public safety, communications, energy, and even food. You name it, and space technology is a part of it. For over 30 years, Space Foundation has honored hundreds of organizations and individuals responsible for technologies now inducted into the Space Technology Hall of Fame. 30 years of imagination, innovation, and inspiration.
Somebody has to be the curator of those discoveries. The Space Technology Hall of Fame highlights their importance to the rest of the world.
Every year, Space Foundation considers dozens of nominations for the Hall of Fame. 2 are being inducted here tonight. One expands communications above the clouds, and the other helps save the atmosphere. Both of them started in space and were expanded into technology that makes life better for everyone on Earth. Communicating with light is nothing new. Signal fires, torches, even reflected sunlight, their use goes back thousands of years. In 1880, Alexander Bell and his assistant Charles Tainter created the photophone that transmitted speech on reflected sunlight. Bell considered it his most important invention, but it relied on the sun, and wired telephone and wireless radio communications proved to be much more reliable. The invention of lasers in the 1960s revolutionized communications. Optical fibers proved to be ideal pathways for secure, fast, high bandwidth, and long-range connections using laser light. NASA investigated free air optical communication between an airplane and a ground station using lasers in 1964. But rain, fog, dust, and heat can affect the reliability of optical connections near the Earth's surface. Fiber optic and wireless are still the go-to connections we rely on. All that's changing at light speed. Scientists and engineers working in Germany's DLR Institute of Communications and Navigation have been researching optical laser communications technology since the 1990s. With the aim of commercializing technology from this research, a group of former DLR employees founded the company Vialite, which is now Mynaric, in 2009. Since then, the team has designed and developed optical communication systems, providing ground stations and air terminals to a variety of customers. They have successfully demonstrated air-to-air communication in the stratosphere, as well as satellite-to-ground communications. Airborne Wireless Network is using Mynaric technology to build a proposed aircraft-based communications network. Google, Amazon, Apple, and Facebook all see potential in optical communication technology as well, using balloons or unmanned aircraft in the stratosphere. The Mynaric systems are well suited for these proposed aerial networks. DLR's research and the entrepreneurial spirit of Mynaric scientists could lead to a new internet above the clouds for worldwide users here on Earth. Internal combustion engines are notorious polluters. They spew out over a quarter of the total greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S. But space technology is helping to clean the air. In 1993, Marshall Space Flight Center in Alabama was one of many collaborators in the Partnership for a New Generation of Vehicles program. Ford suggested that new, lightweight, durable pistons could be a part of the solution. The challenge, however, was making them from the right stuff. Enter NASA, where scientists helped develop a solution. They realized that existing alloys would be too heavy for engine pistons, and after months of research and testing, they perfected a new alloy of aluminum and silicon called MSFC 398 Hyper-Eutectic Alloy, or NASA 398. This new material was tested in prototype engines, and while the results were good, Ford and their piston suppliers decided not to license or use NASA 398. Those at NASA, however, they knew a good thing when they saw it. They continued to refine the product, patent the technology, and search for new commercial partners. Marshall's tech transfer team talked with Bombardier Recreational Products, the maker of snowmobiles, jet skis, and high-performance boat motors. Their Evinrude engineers were designing low-exhaust improvements to two-stroke marine engines. And working with NASA, they used the new Alloy 398 to fabricate and test improved pistons that are durable and lightweight. Today, Evinrude licenses and uses this NASA technology in its E-Tech marine engines. They're fuel-efficient, long-lasting, quiet, and clean-burning. NASA 398 has proven to be an ideal material for demanding applications, and NASA continues to seek new partners. It's another example of NASA's Innovative Technology Transfer Partnerships program, working with a variety of industries to deliver the benefits of space technology to the public and private sector. Tonight, we induct into the Space Technology Hall of Fame Miniaturized Laser Terminals. Aluminum Alloy 398. For 31 years, Space Foundation has honored hundreds of organizations and individuals who do the science, engineering, and math behind space technologies we rely on every day. 79 technologies inducted into the Space Technology Hall of Fame.
Space is just so utterly interwoven into our everyday lives, and we just need to make sure that people understand this extraordinary infrastructure right up there in the sky that is enabling all of our lives.
These are truly outstanding technologies and well-deserving of the recognition. And now, to present the organizational awards, please welcome to the stage Space Foundation CEO Tom Zellebor, along with Space Foundation Chairman of the Board, retired General William Shelton. In recognition of their innovative efforts, the following organizations are officially inducted into the Space Technology Hall of Fame for 2018. Representatives, please come up as your name is called. For high strength, wear-resistant aluminum alloy, NASA Marshall Space Flight Center, Jody Singer, Center Deputy Director, and Terry Taylor, Technology Transfer Office Chief, accepting. Evan Rude, BRP, Serge Thibault, Manager, Purchasing, and Karen Frederick, Inside Sales, Government Sector Manager, accepting. For Miniaturized Laser Terminal for Aircraft, Unmanned Aerial Vehicles, and Satellite, DLR Institute of Communications and Navigation Division, Professor Pascal Ehrenfreund, Chairwoman of the Executive Board, and Dr. Florian David, Director, DLR Institute of Communications and Navigation, accepting. Menarek, Joseph Fehrenbach, CEO, and Dr. Marcus Knapik, Founder and Board Member, accepting. Congratulations once again to you and your organizations for your truly excellent work. Earlier this afternoon at the private induction, we gave special recognition to the individuals instrumental in developing these life-improving technologies. Congratulations to all of you for the work you do, and please join me in another round of applause for all of our honorees. The individuals are the ones with their backs hunched over because the medals are so big tonight. That's how you can spot them. And now let's welcome back to the stage Space Foundation CEO Tom Zelibor.
I don't know what to say after that. Oh man, what a great program. I hope you all enjoyed it. Wow. Matt and Emily, thank you both so much for being so entertaining and bringing so much life to this program, and I really love it. Gwen, to you and SpaceX, I can't thank you enough. Our partnership means a lot, and I know you love this program, and you can have it as long as you want. And of course, for all of you, I can't thank you all enough. What a great week. This has just been, by any measure, probably one of the most successful events that Space Foundation has ever had. My next topic, I consider myself an expert at, and that's carrier flight ops out at sea on a 1,100-foot chunk of steel with lots of airplanes on it. Now, for those of you that have not been able to come in here, and I know you can't, when the Broadmoor staff is setting up here, I have never seen a ballet of activity like that ever in my life except on an aircraft carrier, because you have all these people in simultaneous motion doing everything for one mission, and that mission is to have a successful event or a successful launch. So to the Broadmoor staff and management, I can't thank you enough. Finally, I'm going to ask all of you to indulge me for just a few minutes. Since I know many of the Space Foundation team and volunteers are present here tonight, we actually do feed them once in a while. I want to take the opportunity to give them a big shout out. If one of them is at your table, I can guarantee you'll recognize them because they're the ones with the bloodshot eyes. They have scars all over the bodies, and most of them have a 1,000-mile stare. This week has not been without challenges. Hosting the Vice President of the United States, running the huge opening ceremony, staying up all night dealing with 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts that collapsed part of the exhibit pavilion. Thanks for that prediction. Couldn't help myself, Matt, sorry. Several members of my team and our volunteers that came down with a debilitating 24-hour flu where they couldn't even get out of their rooms. Colorado Springs Terminal Airport fire, which shut the airport down for an entire day when most of our people were coming in, so we had to deal with that. And I could go on. Most mere mortals would have collapsed under that kind of pressure, but these pros don't. The Space Foundation, with the help of our friends from the Broadmoor, successfully and professionally handled every one of these issues. Most of you probably didn't know a lot of it was even happening because it all happened behind the scenes. So I want to thank all of you so much for what you do to make this event so successful. You make it look easy, and after watching my team over the last year, I know it isn't. So please join me in a round of applause for my phenomenal team. Well, I made it. This is my first one. You know, I told the new gens today, I was on a panel, and I said, by the end of this week, I felt like both my brain cells were fighting for air superiority. In all seriousness, I can't thank you all enough. We look forward to seeing all of you again here at the Broadmoor for the 35th Symposium next year. So thank you all very much.